everybody. Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska here with DJ Academics and Wayno. What's good, my friends?
What's the deal?
Yeah, Wayno excited today.
Yes, I am. I'm very
Wayno
excited.
excited. Wayno going to LA.
Hey.
We're all going to LA. That's spin it.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm chilling. Now, guys,
I'm here
ComplexCon
to
this
work.
weekend.
I'm here to work.
You
Listen,
get to work?
we are going to be out in Long Beach this weekend. Again, ComplexCon, we're doing a show Saturday. I keep forgetting the time, 2 o'clock, 2:30. We got the YBN crew with us. So if you're going to be at the convention center, pull up.
I got the New God Flow panel.
Hey.
Ask them why they canceled our second show. That's what I'm going to say to you.
That was supposed to be you plugging your panel.
Oh,
Right,
yeah. I got
like-
a dope gaming panel. I'm doing a couple things there. I'm just kind of mad at whoever the fuck canceled our second episode. I'm still mad at that.
I didn't say it, but hey, I'm also doing a panel, Women Behind the Lens. Some dope people, Issa Rae, Jamel
Nasha
Hill.
there?
No, she's not really behind the lens. She's in front of the lens, but she might pull up anyway.
I'm pulling up because I want to meet Lena Waithe.
All right, come check it out. I'm the least important person on the panel, so it's going to
Do
be
your
great.
fucking Googles, B. You don't
Let's
know who
do-
Lena Waithe is?
She sing?
No, she don't sing. She's a director, a writer.
Come to
Very
the panel.
dope person. Come to the panel, act.
All right,
to the panel.
let's just get into the to the show. We got places to go.
Right.
All right, so just some more fallout from the Nicki versus Cardi feud yesterday. So during this, we know Cardi B has a collection with Steve Madden. Nicki said that she actually passed on a chance to work with them. Then Steve Madden, for some reason, decided to jump in the middle of this yesterday, tweeting at Nicki, "You can't turn down an offer that was never made." All right, so of course this got really ugly, and 50 Cent actually jumped in to defend Nicki. He posted a snippet from Steve Madden's 2015 interview with Vibe, where he actually admits that he wanted to do a collaboration with Nicki. They got into a fight, they texted, and they made up, and he still wanted to do something down the line. They also pointed out that he tried to do a collection with Iggy Azalea that went left. It got crazy, but anyway, what did you guys think about him jumping in the middle of this feud?
Fuck out of here to Steve Madden. Like, I'm going to keep it 100. I felt like, how we say act, of course, like your shirt, clout chasing. Clout chasing. You had no business saying anything. Like, when we think of Steve Madden, I don't even think of nothing hip-hop. You're supposed to be high professionalism from a shoe or apparel standpoint. Why are you having anything to say?
Yep.
I was looking for him to say, yo, our intern was tweeting from the page, I got hacked. No, some real shit. I was looking at, because I didn't think that you would ever jump into something like that. So I'm riding with Nicki on this one. I think that she's right. I don't think that she was lying, because why wouldn't you, especially in 2015 when Nicki was super on fire,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to jump into business with Nicki? To say that she, like, a deal that was never offered and stop lying is just, like, ridiculous. Like, remember, Ak, you always tell me people nowadays care more about being seen as opposed to really saying the truth or really being respected, and I thought that was one of these cases, so.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, Steve Madden. That's all I got to say.
Cloud chasing 101. This was disgusting. I blame Cardi B for it, and I love Cardi B, but Cardi
why you blame her?
You know why I blame Cardi B? Because she brought it to the, well, I got this deal. They turned, I turned it down, so you got it. Let's be clear. Ever since Drake and Meek, there's these companies who are vultures for anything that's free promotion. Just call it cloud chasing. But in their pocket, in their minds, cloud chasing equals dollars because it's free promotion.
Right.
They're trying to jump in rap beef. It's the popular shit on Twitter, the popular shit on social media. We want to get in on it any way possible. We saw people we saw companies making fun of Meek. Right?
I seen Burger
Yeah.
King, all types of shit.
They'll make fun of Meek because you know what? Hey, we could get a viral tweet and everybody think we're so clever. Everybody's gonna maybe go check out our burgers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? It's corny, but we see the same thing continuing on to the Nicki and Cardi thing.
Right.
And I'm only blame Cardi because she brought up this, hey, I'm getting things that I'm turning down. So you claim I'm stopping your bags. I'm turning shit down that you're getting. And again, Cardi is kind of new to this, even though I like to say she's not as new as we like to pretend.
Right.
Everybody's getting deals,
Right.
okay?
Yeah. Right.
Everybody's getting deals. So like then you put the onus on these people who could jump in and now we don't give a fuck what Steve Madden says
Right.
when it comes to Cardi and Nicki. We don't give a fuck about what Diesel says. We really don't give a fuck about what none of you fashion brands says, right? But everybody's gonna use it like, oh, she mentioned me.
Right.
Let me come in and pick my side. If of course I'm doing business with Cardi,
Yeah.
Nicki, you're lying. If I'm doing business with Nicki, Cardi, you're lying.
Right.
That's the only reason I blame Cardi for that. But all of these motherfuckers need to stay the fuck out.
Right.
Well,
We don't care what y'all say.
Well, I wouldn't put it on Cardi, but I will put it on culture vulturism or
and also maybe it's something a little personal. So
Can we call it culture vulture?
Only reason why I'm
because,
asking
because these companies, they spend millions trying to get their shit promoted.
All right.
When they see rap beef and like, y'all are mentioning this?
Yeah.
Man, if we gotta lie.
Reason why I'm saying that is because, okay, has there, and I could be, I don't know, I don't shop at Steve Madden, but has there been any collabs that they've done before? Have they done a collab with Eve? Have they done a collab with Lil' Kim or Foxy or any of that shit before? No, so I feel like with Steve Madden trying to do a deal with a Nicki Minaj is because you want to boost your sales, because Nicki Minaj does way more for Steve Madden than Steve Madden does for Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Especially at that time of her career. I look at it as them being culture vultures. Y'all trying to come in and benefit off of shit that motherfuckers getting their hands put on.
I think some of it probably is personal too. Maybe he just was still feeling salty that the shit didn't work out with Nicki, so he felt like this was his chance. So later he tried to apologize, but of course you're gonna apologize when the internet's attacking you. He said, I hope Nicki and Cardi can reach some peace together. They could probably take over the world.
should've said that from the
There's
start.
a lot of negativity out there right now, and I shouldn't have contributed. Yeah, there's no way you tweeted that and then 2 hours later felt this way. About
Yeah,
it.
you should have said that first.
Yeah.
You should have said that first.
Let's be 100% clear. And I know, like, we live in this world that is so, you have to pick a side. Like, you can't just be objective and fair, right? So people are either like, oh, Nicki has never done anything wrong, or Cardi's never done anything wrong. Let's be clear what's going on. With especially this type of shit, Nicki is hitting the phone of everybody she knows to say, co-sign me because they think I'm lying. Cardi as well. Yo, this bitch got people think I'm lying. Make sure you back me up. We have the dude who was Bill Wackerman or whatever his name is. He's the CEO of some like agency that dealt with Diesel, and we know Cardi mentioned Diesel. He's jumping out making bold ass statements. We don't really want to hear from him. But why do I think that? Not only is it clout chasing, I 100% believe that Nicki and Cardi, they're probably making these calls and using their relationship to say, yo, I held you down. I need you now. You better, like, we're in a deal.
Yeah.
Fuck what you had with that other chick. You better represent that online.
Overall, I hate to see shit like this because it waters down what we're all here for, which is music, right? It's like when you start seeing people leak emails and then you have the business people stepping in, like, eventually the business people are gonna start their own podcast to say their piece. So, like, for real, it's like there's nothing that's untouched now. Like, everybody wants to have their say in the shit, and like I said before, everybody has their version of their truth. So Cardi might truly believe that what she's saying is right, and Nicki may, but overall, it's not making for nothing good. Like, it's not making for nothing good.
It's been one of the only times I've seen Nicki, and I really think this is because of Nicki's like relationships and also her business past and working with so many people.
Right.
There's a lot of people that came to bat for her, man. A lot of people,
On
like,
this?
yeah, like,
Because Iggy jumped in and said, we were trying to do something too. Sorry, it didn't work out. Nicki's saying what she said, the shoes were ugly. Sorry, I didn't want to do it. You know what I
a
mean?
lot of things Nicki's saying when it comes to these brands. Remember, if I remember the line, Cardi said, I'm working with a lot of fashion brands, not just Fashion Nova.
Right.
And I have been approached by people that I turned down that eventually went to you, so I helped you out.
Yeah.
And Nicki, who's a seasoned vet, and that's where you realize where relationships does matter. Even if you might think Nicki's mean to certain people, clearly she had the cachet with those people that there's a lot of people who backed her up on these things.
Yeah.
That's why I think a lot of these brands and these brand heads need to stay silent, because all they give a fuck about is their ROI, their return on investment. They don't care if some real shit happens and somebody gets hurt. All they care about is their name being mentioned. And if something goes left, y'all don't want to be mentioned. So mind your fucking business.
That's a fact.
Straight up.
And lastly, even though this is not a brand, I believe it's a group, Little Mix, that song Woman Like Me or whatever it is.
It is a group.
Like, again, they came out and honestly, I believe Cardi B. They sent her a track with an open verse for a possible feature, right? But when it comes down to beef time, and I can imagine Nicki picks up that phone and says, yo, check it out. I'm on y'all song with y'all now. This chick is claiming that you sent it to her first. Y'all been trying to get me on a song, and who knows what the real truth is. They have to then pick a side. So it's hard to be neutral in this shit. Everybody's been called out. Right. What's your allegiance?
Right.
Right? And if you're in business with either one of them, you have to say it. You can't just say, you know what, fuck you. You remember when the famous Michael Jordan line, listen, man, Republicans buy sneakers too, right? Which means you might, like, imagine if you're the group Little Mix.
Yeah.
We kind of want to work with Cardi too in the future.
Yeah.
Nicki's probably going to hold you to it like, what's up? We got a song now. I'm going hard promoting because Nicki goes so hard promoting all her shit.
Right.
What you going to do? Not co-sign Nicki? So I hate that brands are brought into it because people are looking at it as your line or your line. But in reality, these brands are probably lying just to make sure
They're
there's
good.
a return on
investment.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's so unfortunate. Well, Yachty definitely sort of got caught up in the middle here, unfairly it seems. So he recently did an interview with BET's Rack Rant, where he was asked about the beef between Nicki and Cardi, and here's what he had to say.
Do you feel that you have to take sides since Cardi B's in your label between her and Nicki Minaj?
Yep.
And whose side are you taking?
Cardi B's.
All the time?
Every time.
So if Nicki says, hey, we're going to do a song together,
I couldn't. As much as I probably would want to.
but you just can't do it?
Nah.
Damn.
All right, so of course the internet is attacking him for this. So he gets on Twitter to say he felt like he had to clarify. Cardi shows me too much love for me to be in the dark about who I side with. I fuck with Nicki though I've been did since elementary school. They were just twisting my words. I don't even feel like Yachty needed to defend himself here. Like, what's the problem?
He doesn't need to defend himself, and honestly, no, he don't need to defend himself.
Yeah, I know how them barbs get.
Yeah,
them barbs
yeah,
get
but
somebody's ass.
Right,
Fine,
right, but at the
This
same
is
time,
album
listen,
week. I don't want nobody
Yo.
not liking me in a beef that's not mine on my album week.
Fuck that. You want to know why? Because
I feel like he answered that very diplomatically too.
he answered it exactly
He did
how
not
he's supposed
disrespect
to.
Nicki, yeah.
He answered it exactly how he's supposed to because he probably fucking is gonna be around Cardi B for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like
It's true,
let's
it's true.
keep it 100. Like
Yeah.
they are part of the same collective. You think if something, first of all, if you tried to ask Lil Wayne a question like that, you wouldn't even be able to ask him that type of question.
Right.
You think he would say, well, let me not use Lil Wayne. Let's use somebody else from the Young Money camp, anybody. If you ask them, yo, who you think, you think they're gonna say Cardi B? No, the fuck they not. They're gonna say Nicki. Why wouldn't they? That's part of the team. Anybody who has something disrespectful to say about Yachty saying that is stupid.
Yep.
There is bias there. They're on the same fucking team. They get money together. She's on his records. Offset is his man. He's from Atlanta. They all live there. What's the problem? What's the problem?
Yeah, 100%. My man, Yachty, he's trying to be too diplomatic. Of course, listen, my album's out. Again, I probably did this interview
no,
Who's on the album,
seriously,
Nicki or Cardi?
Come on, Act.
No.
Come on,
Serious-
Act. Come on. How's he being diplomatic, bro?
No, he's being diplomatic because when he tweets out, they twisted my words. I talked to Rocky yesterday. That's the female who did the interview. They edit.
No, they didn't twist
No, I
his
know,
words.
So what I'm saying is that when he says that on social media, that's to throw off the barbs to be like, oh yeah, he didn't pick Cardi over Nicki. You feel me? But in reality, he did. There's no problem with him doing that because in
should.
reality, when Nicki's on Queen Radio, even though they're not Young Money anymore, Tyga's sitting right there like, yo, this my chick, we held it down. I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna see Tyga and Cardi rocking for some time because you gotta realize where your bread is buttered. You getting money with Nicki, y'all used to be Young Money, that's his squad. I am not surprised that he said, yo, the gang, me and the Migos, we the gang, we make QC. My guy,
Right.
that's his wife.
Right.
That squad, fuck that.
Right.
The only thing he should have clarified, I don't like that he said that it was edited. Because now
Yeah,
it makes
that's
it,
yeah.
That's like a very
my-
typical
I'm a-
rapper cop-out, but it's on video,
now,
right?
Now it makes it seem like the media's lying on you.
As always, that's what
Right.
we
Well,
always
I'm a
do.
big person. I'm a big person on say what you mean and mean what you say, right? And when it comes to this situation, just comparing beefs and all that shit, Young Buck and 50. When 50 is going at it with everybody and Game and fucking Jada and all of them, Young Buck is seen taking a picture with Jada. It makes it look like, oh, you don't really support how I feel. Like, you got to put your personal shit aside because you fuck with me.
Yep.
Fuck all that. Like, they're a team. You, as much as he may like Nicki or whatever, like he grew up on her music, etc. He's not siding with Nicki in this situation, and nobody should look. Even the Barbs, y'all gotta have enough sense to say, okay,
I think he only. My only problem is that tweet.
Yeah.
Because shit, I
Yeah, he
told to
should've
Rocky
tweeted
yesterday,
nothing.
and she was like distraught. She was like, "Damn, he's making it seem like I'm a liar."
Yeah, yeah.
Because now it's what it is, and we talked about it yesterday. The toxic fan base that's the Barbs.
Yeah.
They're looking for somebody to attack. Wait, so Yachty said he don't rock with? Well, fuck Yachty then.
Right.
They're on him, right? So he says, well, no, it was edited. Now it's like, who did the interview?
How
They're
could you
on
edit
her.
that?
Here's the thing. Artists always do this. Historically, once the interview comes out, sometimes it does happen. I'll say that. Journalists do twist things around in text. If you're looking at it with your very eyes and seeing it on video and hearing it, him saying it got twisted, I hope she doesn't really take that to heart because you could see it there. It's a fact that he said it.
It's a fact.
I agree with both of you here. There's not even much to debate. Like, Yachty didn't do anything wrong except try to say they twisted my words.
That's the only thing he did wrong.
And
Right.
by the way, he's been in the situation before, and I thought he handled it better, right?
Yeah.
Me and him was in that situation where I asked him a question. When X was alive, X and the Migos, they were at odds, right? Because of the Drake shit, whatever, but there was also an altercation, right? And I asked him his opinion on X, just like imagine her, Rocky asking him his opinion on Nicki. And you know what he said? He said, yo, he's cool, he's a great artist, whatever. I have nothing but respect for him. And then I asked, would you do a track with him? And he said, right now, I can't.
Right.
I'm rocking with the gang. That's loyalty. Yachty's loyal because you know what? And he should be loyal because you see just like how the three Migos almost try to stomp Joe out over him, you got to ride for them too. You got to ride for them. If that's his wife, you got to ride for him.
Right.
100%. 100%. But don't try to make excuses behind it. Be like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah, don't do that.
yo, the squad ain't rocking with it. Sorry.
But in closing, like, Yachty's not a confrontational person.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't expect
Dealing
him
with the
to-
Barbs is not easy. You're like a seasoned pro at it. Not everyone else can deal with being attacked all day, that well.
I'm being attacked by the Barty gang now. They said that's
word?
the size. Yeah.
Oh, did
You
you
a switch sider.
Yeah, for real.
No, you've been Team Hack from day one, like you said.
Yo, well, no, but according to them, they're like, yo, since Nicki DM'd me, I'm like on Nicki's team. I'm like,
Wow.
Wow.
what? Okay.
All right.
Will you be wearing the Steve Madden collab? Would you have worn that?
He's gonna debut the collection.
Yeah,
here
he's gonna
for
debut the
The next
collection.
wave of the collection.
We gotta clear this with upper management.
Upper management. All right, y'all. In good news, I suppose, Kanye has had a change of heart. He has decided that he is going to step away, distance himself from politics after realizing he's been used. So most recently, we heard he was working with conservative pundit Candace Owens, who he loves and respects, and they were maybe working on a Blexit collection, so that's black people exiting the Democratic Party.
What?
But anyway,
Okay.
So look, Kanye says, my eyes are now wide open. Now realize I've been used to spread messages I don't believe in, distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative. What else?
What?
I
Is
introduced
that it?
Candace. So now he's explaining how his name got caught up in the Blexit thing. Introduced her to the person who wanted the logo. They didn't want to use their name, so she used mine. I never wanted any association with Blexit. All right. This is a little bit surprising because he has been preaching for months that black people being Democrats is the problem. Like, that's
Right.
been his sort of comeback to everything. So anyway, you guys feel like...
Well, I didn't see that last tweet. So this whole... See, this is the thing. Yeah, you will stand with Donald Trump and all that, but when it comes to niggas, oh, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, I don't have nothing to do with Blexit. I'm happy that he's taking a back seat from politics. I mean, he said that he's going to focus on whatever it is he has going, which I feel like the fashion industry is not really fucking with him like that because he's all over the place and he's not sticking to one thing.
Right.
Kanye has went from like a master or a craftsman in one thing to a jack of all trades, master of none. And I think it's affecting him. And in the court of public opinion, he wants to be liked. And I think that, what's the thing that they call it for politicians when...
Oh, like the polls?
Yeah, the
polling
polls.
numbers?
Yeah, well, not just polling numbers, but it's a certain term that's used about their likability or something like that.
I know what you mean, though.
But I can't think of it right now. But his likability is all the way down right now, and it's fluctuating like this. So, cool. Step away from politics. Get on your music shit. Get on your fashion shit. Leave it alone.
Do you really believe that's what's about to happen? He's supposed to drop this project with Chance at some
Yandi.
point, too.
And Yandi is
Oh,
coming out.
and Yandi, yes.
I'm here to do two things. One will shock you. I don't know if you...
One will shock
You never
I'm
shot.
defending Ye, and I'm going to clarify what this is.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, I can't wait
So
for the
number
deep
one,
read.
the defense of Ye. Actually, maybe the clarification first.
Okay.
Kanye just realized what politics is. And when you start getting into it, and I told you, all this, I believe, is setting up for Kanye to have some type of political run. Maybe not on a presidential level, but somewhere significant.
Right.
That's where his passion is at. When Kanye's passion is somewhere 3 years ago, actually more than 3 years ago, in 2013 when he dropped Yeezus, 2013 to 2016, I want to say, it feels like it was heavily into fashion. And it bled through everywhere. So that's even when he says, I'm going to focus on creative, I believe his passion, we think creative only means music. But for me, his creative is influenced by where his passion lies at the moment, right? So he'll always create some shit in terms of music or art or clothes, but his passion, whether it's fashion or if it's politics, it'll bleed into that.
I just don't know that politics were ever actually his passion.
Yeah, I don't think
It just
that
seemed
either.
to be the thing he was interested at the moment because Donald Trump showed him that despite all odds,
I
he
can
could become
be-
very
no, no,
powerful.
dragon
Okay,
energy.
okay, but wait. So, still clarifying, right?
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm listening to him, right, he's not separating himself from Donald Trump at all. He finally learned what it means to be in that arena of politics. If you stand too close to a motherfucker that's preaching a certain agenda, you have given an endorsement. And what he was trying to clarify, hey, and I think people look at this to say he's backing out of politics, to say he's not going to be with Donald Trump. But
I wasn't
he's
even reading it as Trump specifically, by the way. It felt like it was the Blexit Association that made him say this, not really Trump.
But people are taking that in a vacuum to say he's not rocking with Trump. He's 100% still rocking with
Right.
Trump, right?
I believe that.
But what happened is that this Blexit thing, which is the encouragement of blacks who are Democrat to leave that party and become Republicans. If I'm listening to Kanye from day one, even though Kanye believes kind of fall in line with Republican, his preaching is not that you guys should just leave them, stop being Democrat and be Republican. If anything, and this is just my opinion, he's trying to tell people to have an open mind, right? So when they mislabel him as pushing forward, this is kind of an extreme agenda right here.
Yeah.
Right? It's telling everybody who's black who rocks with Democrats to become Republicans, and also it's kind of like it's a backhanded way of weakening the Democratic Party that even if they don't even become Republican, I'm sorry, you remove those votes because black people just automatically vote we vote 85% Democrat all the time. So
because we believe that Democrats are all for poor people, and a lot of people in America, a lot of black people in America are considered poor or poverty, like living in poverty.
Yeah.
I think honestly, when it comes to Kanye, I think that he needs rehab, and not from. I don't think he's on any drugs or anything. I just think he needs some time off. I think he needs time off from all of this. It's been a lot on him. It's been a lot on his mind. And we always talk about mental health, Am I using the wrong word?
You got it, mental health, yeah.
Mental health. I think that he just needs to take a seat away, even from music, even from fashion. If all of his things are on track to release and all of that, let it be handled. Take some time for you. Take some time to be with you, off them cameras, with your kids. Leave all of this shit alone for a bit. You know what I mean?
It seems like
And
when he does
reconfigure.
that, he comes back sort of feeling like he missed too much or he's been gone for too long and then he goes extra hard.
Yeah,
At least that's what it's felt like recently. But yeah. I think you're right.
But what I do understand is I understand his drive. Regardless of where his drive may lie at,
Yeah.
he's a very passionate person. And I understand his drive, but I think that he just needs to take some chill. You know, I think he needs to chill for a bit. That's all.
And this is where I guess the defense part for Kanye comes in for me. Because I don't think he's gonna do that. Not at all.
Gonna take,
Like,
and we have a fan question too.
like,
Maybe
like
just
I don't
tease
think
up
he's
your
gonna
question.
like. I don't think even if you say Kanye go sit down, like whatever his recent actions is really who he is, who he's become. I don't think him stop doing stuff will change that.
Well, you know how we always talk about, like, you know, how, you know, we always joked about OVO being in shambles and all that. I think good music is in shambles at this point. I think that it's not even a thing, and nobody knows, and nobody can really allude to how they feel because they're so close to him.
To be honest, has it been a thing for the past few years?
It hasn't, and I think that's because, you know, if it's a law in the 48 Laws of Power. I always reference this book. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. And I feel like he striked himself.
Yep.
You know, I feel like he striked himself, and now everybody's all over the place. And he needs to chill. Like, for real, he needs to chill for a bit.
When it comes to this, I'm only going to defend him because I am kind of glad that we know what he's endorsing and what he's about and what he's not.
Right.
Listen, we're going to give you the shit if we don't agree with some of the stuff that you might agree with, like, say, what Trump is doing or whatever, when we get at you for that, you got to take it.
Right.
But if they unfairly lump you into some shit where you basically referenced or referred actually someone to someone else who made a logo, now they're all blaming it on you because you're the big name. You got to stand for yourself, and I just hope he learns from that.
It is what it is.
And do I think he's going to completely fall back? No. But do I think he's probably going to realize about this association shit? Yes.
We did have one fan question about this real quick. My question, what's up, Acnedusk and Wayno? My question is, do you think it's our fault as fans that Kanye is on social media? I remember at one point we wanted to know what he's thinking. Now we don't. Thank you, guys. I mean, he's been on Twitter for a while, right? He'll like pop in and out, but I think it's the Instagram thing that's new. But
I'm not gonna say, I don't know who we is and at fault. I'm not gonna use those words, but you get what you asked for. You know what I mean? Like, you get what you asked for, and people did want to know, like, I wonder what Kanye's thinking. But this is the reason why I feel like when I was a kid, I didn't have social media, and it made me appreciate, you know, the entertainers and the artists for what they did, which was give me good entertainment, like give me good music and, no pun intended, and all these other things.
yeah.
Now, like I said, we can't put too much faith in entertainers because when they don't agree with what you agree with, then you hate them or then you dislike them. You gotta be able to separate who the entertainer is and the person, and that's what I do with them all. And I think that as fans, because I'm a fan of a lot of people, and I think that as fans we got to be able to separate. Here lies the artist that gives us this great music, sneakers, clothing, whatever the case may be, and here are his political and personal views. And they can't run synonymous. You can't think that they run synonymous, and you can't say, oh, I'm gonna feel that way politically because he gives me a good song or a good sneaker. They're not one of the same. So I don't think we're at fault, but we get what we asked for.
Definitely at fault. Definitely at fault. You know why? Because we're so hypocritical. Like, the thing is, we look at these artists, we want to hear what we want to hear. We don't want to hear who they are. When it comes to their art, we want to hear their expression. When it comes to their beliefs, we want to hear what we already believe, right? Because we hear through the music and we then shape who we think they are, right? So
That's a good point.
We hear Kendrick and we know what Kendrick believes in 100%.
But if Kendrick comes out
But if Kendrick comes out tomorrow and be like, yo, I rock with y'all niggas, but taxes too high, we might need some, we might look at him crazy, right? But through his music, we feel we know him.
Do you feel like this applies to all artists?
All artists.
Yeah?
All artists. The smart ones, they don't speak on this shit. The ones who are too free and too open to communicate some of these things, because we're all humans. Like, when we're too free to, we all loved Wayne, and even though we know Wayne ain't no, sports, right?
Keep your Kendrick example. All the things he's told us, how we feel about Kendrick and his movements and all of this stuff. If he was to come out and pull a Kanye right now, we should just be like, all right, cool. Like,
wait. That's an extreme example.
Okay.
Because Kanye really went far. He's really trying to get in that arena, right? But think about A$AP Rocky, right? I think he went over the line, I think, in most people's minds, but not too much, right? So people thought that, A$AP Rocky, and I'm not saying he was super pro-black in his music and his messages through music, right? But people were a little bit shocked when we saw a couple of interviews, especially when he was in London, and he said, yeah, you know what? Police brutality, that's an issue, but to be honest, it's a lot of these dudes, and he was criticizing communities, a lot of these dudes, they're doing a lot of fucked up shit that's really creating all of this, right? And a lot of people say, whoa, that's kind of a we don't rock with that message.
Because there's two different instances. And just going back on the Kendrick point, right? The thing that I can say about Kendrick, and like you said, the smart ones, right? Now, Kendrick, when he did his first endorsement deal with Reebok, right? Instead of doing this I don't look at Kendrick as a fashionable person.
He made it
at
a
all.
Kendrick thing with the gang.
He made it, he made it a thing with the gang to tie red and blue. Like, he cares about community.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If Kendrick did pull a fucking Ye, it would really shock me only because of what he's presented, and I accept you how I met you.
Yeah.
When I met you, as far as music-wise, when I met him, his message was songs like Keisha, you know what I mean? Like it's Christian Corinthians, all these different things where he's talking about real things that affect real people. So if he did have a different political stance than everybody else, it would kind of shock me only because of how intricate he is in Compton and how much he builds up Compton.
Yeah.
If Kanye did all of this after college dropout, when he made All Falls Down and all of this shit, we would look at him crazy. He said they made us hate ourselves and love their wealth.
Yeah, I like the examples you picked because I don't think we can use this as a blanket statement for all artists.
Got to.
We can say
Know
that.
why?
No, I know we
Know
can
why?
say that act,
Well,
but we're
let me
not
give a
actually
retort.
going to judge
But a lot
them
of
like
artists
that.
are fucking stupid.
Let me give
Let's
a retort.
keep that.
The niggas we talking about, they never ever speak. We hear them through music. Kanye was saying the greatest shit through music. You get these niggas on interviews and they're speaking candidly, and you realize the music shit. Kanye was saying back in his music back then, talking about black on black crime. It would sound good with the beat over it. But when he's on an interview and he start pointing the fingers and he's talking the same shit, he's just no beat. It's no like.
Yeah,
no,
but at the time it matched up with what he was saying. He was talking about the president doesn't like black people. That's all. I'm just saying. I like your point about Kendrick versus Rocky.
Hold on. Well, if we're gonna just even the cross section of Ye, right?
Okay.
Ye went into the motherfucking Oval Office with President Trump, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A lot of the shit he rapped about, he still brought up, but it wasn't the same. It was cooler when you just rapped about it. Tell me, wake me up when Kendrick is doing 30 interviews. Kendrick just puts out music, does a little, and I'm not criticizing him because honestly, I'm telling fans you don't want to know your artist. Because when you do know your artist, and they don't agree with you,
I guess I'm just
criticize
saying,
them.
I think you're making really good points. I just disagree that as a blanket statement, we're going to separate the artist from the music. I'm saying, like, Kendrick and Rocky were good examples. Because if Kendrick jumped out like, I'm a Republican, I don't give a fuck, my taxes are too high, people would feel away. If Rocky did it, we would feel away, but not as strongly. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And
it can't be a blanket statement. I don't think so.
But I also respect when a person lets me know their stance and I don't have to feel like you're a fucking double agent. Because, no, seriously, because Charles Barkley has gone on record and said, yo, I'm a Republican. For the type of money I make, this is what benefits me. And he was like, yo, my mother used to be like, no, we from Alabama. I don't give a fuck about none of the money you make. We not gonna forget where we come from, so we're gonna put money in the pockets of or endorse people who speak for our people in that sense. But I respect Charles. I'd rather a motherfucker tell me straight up and down, I don't fuck with you, than to play with my heart or play with me to make it seem like you care about what I think just to go on a tangent and not. So I get what you're saying about what Kanye did in the Oval Office, because he did bring up some good points. He did bring up some good points, but his delivery, that's what I'm saying. When you go into the Oval Office and all of that, and you did everything but say, Donald Trump, I think you're my father. Like that's how I felt about that whole rendition. Have your stance as a man. Stand on your own too. Be strong. You got little kids looking at you. You got people looking up to you. And cool, you should be able to have a conversation with Donald Trump, but not when you're just like, yeah, man, yo, I'm so hyped to be in here. Let me design your shit. Let me do your like.
And Kanye is an extreme example. I think the overall point I was just trying to make is that I'm gonna put it as a blanket statement. I don't care if it's Kendrick, I don't care if it's Cole. These motherfuckers barely talk. They rap. And their messages in their raps sound phenomenal.
I think Kendrick, he brought up a good point about it's not just in the music. When Kendrick did the Reebok thing, he made a very big statement with that. It's not fair to say that it's just in his music.
Gang
it's not fair.
Hold on.
The things he does for his community.
That's completely different than how you see some of these motherfuckers is speaking.
No.
Like if you do some strategic partnerships.
Wait.
Like we're not really.
Hold up.
Hold on.
Kendrick,
hold on.
I think it's unfair to say he only.
Let me bring somebody else into it, right?
Okay.
At a very important time in our history, right? When if you could think about even his music catalog and his history, even though sometimes there was some colorism issues with him, when Lil Wayne went on 60 Minutes, motherfucker says, what the fuck is Black Lives Matter?
That was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. But if we were listening only to the music, if we didn't hear these motherfuckers speak, because, and not only like, oh yeah, you did, it's dope that you're doing a nice branded thing that fits in.
Yeah, but Kendrick and Wayne make very different music. That's the only point I was trying to make. I understand you're saying it's a blanket statement. I feel like we can say that as pundits, but like for fans, like who really care and like invest in these people, I just think there's no way. There's no way.
But you sound like the person that believes that Santa Claus
I'll
is
say,
real.
all right.
If you don't, I'm just saying, we don't know these motherfuckers beyond the raps.
Right, and this is why.
What would make you think you do?
I get that.
Because of their brand deals?
No, listen. This is the thing, right? You feel a connection to people who do things that inspire you. That's first and foremost. And majority of the entertainers that we look up to inspire us.
That's why we heard about Kanye.
Right. Michael, like you made a good point about Michael Jordan. Like Michael Jordan, when I was a child, made me wish I was dark-skinned. In today's world, people always fucking pit us against each other, dark and light, and make jokes about this shit. I never thought that was a weakness. I never thought that was a flaw. I felt like, damn, why am I not dark? Because my hero's dark. So when he says something that may be a little bit detrimental in how I'm viewing him, I am gonna feel away. And it's hard. It's really hard to separate the two. It's very hard to separate the two. What I say about Kendrick is beyond Kendrick for myself. I know I'm doing very great in life. We're all doing very great in our lives professionally and financially, etc. But where I come from, I will never feel comfortable knowing that it's a person that has the chance to do something and have great ideas and get them out, and I can't say something or damn, I'm wording it wrong because it's a lot coming in to my mind at once. But I'm always, no matter how much money I make, I'm always gonna feel like I gotta speak for that guy because I was that guy at one point in time. I wanted to get out the hood, and I was able to do it. And I was able to do it not just with having a village raising me, which was my community, and I give a fuck about that. So I feel like Kanye has a lot of right stances, and he's done a lot of good things. I'm not gonna just write him off.
We're not Kanye bashing
I'm
here.
not Kanye bashing, but I feel like if you're gonna speak, right? If you're gonna speak, then just make sure that your delivery is correct. That's all. Your delivery is correct. I have no problem with him going and sit with Trump. My thing is, when you go and stand in there, stand up as a motherfucking man. Because as black men, there's a lot of things that emasculate us and make us not want to become something because we just looking at bullshit all day. So I just want to look for a person to stand up for me. That's it.
And I completely agree with that. I'm gonna still stand on it. We can rap after this and move on. Just be mindful that the motherfuckers you're listening to, messages sound great in a song, you might not know that person. You said because listen,
you're right.
Listen, you said it with me and X. I've talked to him. I haven't met him, but I've talked to him and I listen to his music. You might not know how he is. And speaking about Kendrick, and people could Google this as well. He did a interview. It was a I forgot the name of the outlet, but it was a text interview. So I'm always iffy with those. But there was a quote that they said they got from him that was a little bit not on the Kendrick code, and he clarified. He said it was a misquote or whatever, but again,
Yes.
We don't know.
But again, I understand your point. What I'm saying is that I don't disagree with your fundamental point here. I just say it's not that black and white. I do not think the standards apply to all artists. I think an artist like
that's going to be like only Kendrick and Cole and everybody.
But that's not now it's real shit though. But to your point, because
you're making good points. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Kendrick got a lot of flack because on Black and the Berry said, why didn't I weep when Trayvon was in the street when gangbanging make me kill a nigga blacker than me? Hypocrite, right? And he got a lot of flack for that. But in the same context, I understood what he was saying, right? Now, yes, that's a horrible, that Trayvon shit, and every shooting case with an unarmed young black man, a black man period, is very particular and very subjective to what happened individually. When it comes to what Kendrick is saying, I understand that because, bro, if you go, we have wars. We fighting wars overseas so that we could reap import and export and resources and all that other shit. And we have wars in our own communities amongst ourselves that we're not tackling. And the only reason why we're not tackling these wars is because a lot of young black men are not getting the education and growing to becoming things that help financially fund this country. You get what I'm saying? If there was more engineers coming out of Compton or more fucking scientists coming out of Compton, yeah, gang banging would be fucking stopped they would do more to stop it. And I feel like if Kendrick did go on a tangent and do some other shit, I would feel away. And that's only because of what he presented to me. And I'll close with that.
That's fair. That's fair. All I'm saying.
We got it.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
We heard it the first.
We gotta try to get some more stuff in.
it.
We gotta try to get some more stuff in.
This is a slightly different point.
Oh man,
Okay.
Ack.
You probably made me forget one point.
Good.
Right.
Because we got it the first 5 times.
Right.
No, this is a different one.
No, but this is good.
If it comes back to you, hop in again. But
is good.
I agree with most of the things you've said. I'm just saying, remember as a fan, there's like an emotional connection that you can't dismiss so easily. But guys, just side note, of course, elections are coming up next week. Make sure you go out and vote. I think it's probably too late to register, but yes, please vote. It's very important.
Yes.
And real quick, so there's a U.S. Senate candidate named Beto O'Rourke. I'm probably saying that wrong, but he just got a pretty big endorsement. Beto Rock? I'm really sorry, but B-E-T-O is how it's spelled. Travis Scott just gave him a really big endorsement. He popped up at his rally in Houston and said a few words on his behalf. So shout out to Travis. Make sure you all go vote.
Salute to Travis if he's doing something locally. You know what I mean? I think that's what politics affect us the most, you know, locally, not on a larger scale. Locally is where it's at, you know?
And all I'll say on that is that I don't want to hear none of you motherfuckers bitching. If you don't participate in midterm elections, don't pull up 2020 like let's get Trump out. It's more than Trump that's causing all these issues that you claim you're getting.
Right.
It's a bunch of people, and most of them are getting elected now.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
All right, guys, I think we've had enough politics for the day.
Right.
Let's ride out on some jokes. By the way, happy Halloween. Anyone dressing up for anything?
I don't
Anybody
celebrate
care?
Halloween, but salute to everybody who does. Y'all can have that.
I'm from Jamaica. I've never dressed up.
Not even once in your life?
Halloween don't exist in Jamaica.
Wow, what about when you migrated here?
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay.
I was too busy trying to dress like an American. I'm sorry.
That's a fact, wearing secondhand ass clothes every day.
Y'all get on my nerves.
Yo, being an immigrant was tough, man. It's a hard transition when you got
too
crazy
hard
ass.
trying to dress like an American. So
Just out here.
now I'm like, I'm cool. I like seeing all the outfits though. Like like to be honest, because I wasn't into it like as a child, like the creativity I see so many people put into it, and like I seen a dude hop out of a coffin yesterday. That was
Yeah, yo.
and he was dancing.
But he always does crazy shit like that. I forgot this
Nah,
brother's name.
man.
No, he's
That
hilarious,
is just too much. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is a whole production. You have to have thought behind it. People are ordering their costumes online, some custom shit, because you can't have the same shit as somebody else. It's like a fashion show.
Right.
I'm cool. I already have fashion problems every day. I can't plan for one day.
At least he's honest about it.
It's true.
At least he's
All right, well,
honest
the only
about it.
reason I really brought this up because we thought YG killed it dressed up as Michael Jackson.
He
Can we
did.
pull this video up? We can't really play the audio for you guys, but like
Oh,
he
man.
killed it. He has the moves, the makeup, the hair.
Yo,
looks amazing.
I didn't know YG had the moves like this, yo.
He always dances at his show.
Yeah, but I didn't know he had Michael Jackson moves though. Like he dances.
Hey.
YG.
Mike.
Michael Blackson.
Does he have powder in his face? He needs that to complete it.
No, he did. Yo, I don't know what he had, but he had something that kind of like.
Baking soda?
I don't know what the hell he
banana
put on his
powder.
face, but he had something that made his face a little lighter.
Foundation. He just.
I'm
put
not
it
well
on.
versed in that world. Ash.
Yeah, you are. You know wigs. You definitely know makeup.
Yeah.
No, I don't know makeup.
Wayno
I
is a
mean,
wigologist.
Listen, man,
Wayno's like, I
if
can
you
cut
deal
the
with a
wig
woman
out, I
that
can
wears
help you put
wigs,
it
then you
in.
know some shit. That's all. You deal with a woman that wears weaves and wigs, you know some shit.
Okay,
That's all.
okay.
That's all.
Well, now why'd you kill this shit? Why? To be honest, like, and maybe I just haven't looked enough, like, in terms of just rappers. I feel like the women, they always dress up because, like, you could dress up into something real sexy and be
Yeah.
really dope. The dudes, like, other than just being super simple with, like, a mask or some other shit, to put some thought into it, like how YG did, I'm looking for some more rappers. I guess we'll probably see.
Well, yo, Nas did Michael Jackson as well.
This year?
Yeah, this year.
A better
like-
Michael Jackson than
Didn't
YG?
Drake dress
didn't
up
have
as
the-
Fab?
Yeah,
Drake dressed
no,
up as
Drake.
Fab.
I ain't gonna front. Drake shit was fire because he did like Fab from the He
Yo.
did Fab from the Traded All video. He did Fab from the Traded All video, so he had the same exact jersey.
Oh, really?
He had the bandana wrapped around the hat. Like that was dope. But
I thought he was just like, yo, just baggy clothes and
Nah,
this
he
is
had the
2000s.
same. Yo, he had the same exact outfit from the
okay,
Traded All
okay.
video. Like, and
Fab
yo,
did Eddie Murphy?
Fab did. I don't know how they did, but they did the whole McDowell's. Like they did the whole McDowell's shit from Coming to America. Did you see Coming to America?
Yeah.
Okay, because you don't know no movies.
No, that's replayed on BT every single day.
You don't have cable.
That's my son's favorite movie.
Nah, we watch
You
BT.
don't? All right.
BT, Martin be on there. But yeah, you know what? I see fans dressing up. I like that too. Only thing, stop dressing as 6ix9ine. I get like it's like flamboyant. Cut it out. Like
I haven't seen a good like 6ix9ine. Like I haven't seen a good 6ix9ine costume yet.
I'm trying to think of like different art, like even people within the culture that people could dress up, and it could be
What's
a
her
challenge.
name?
Adam-
Rita Ora did
I saw someone do a good Nicki one.
Bruh.
It was good. It was
But I feel like Nicki gets a lot of costumes.
Nicki,
like remember
like,
the
and my whole-
Anaconda era? Everyone was Nicki that year.
Yo, Adam, you see Adam 22? He did Eminem. He did Slim Shady. He like whited out all his tattoos and put the D12 on his arm and put like the blonde hair on.
Salute to my dude Adam. I forgot that he was doing it for Halloween. I was like, is it Em's birthday? Why is he going so hard? I was looking at him like, why is he going so hard? Like you have to sit. He probably sat in makeup or
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
makeup
Well,
on
I
for
don't-
like an hour or so.
I just don't have
That's
the
a lot of
patience.
work.
I don't partake in Halloween,
Why
but
not?
I do.
You from Harlem,
I'm
man? Don't tell
I'm-
me you too thug. For
No,
that.
no, it's not that. I'm Muslim. Due to my religion, I don't
Okay,
celebrate things like that. But
Do you celebrate Christmas?
No, I don't celebrate Christmas either.
Okay, you keeping it fair. Okay.
But I am entertained by a lot of the costumes, so keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Maybe we could do a roundup. Let's see if we get more pictures. But final thoughts. We gotta go. We're running late.
Yeah.
You good? You good? You good?
I'm good.
All right, y'all.
We outta
Thank
here.
you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 a.m.
Peace.
on Complex.
Atkins stepping up his drip.